Okay, now, I mean, while I am putting the colors on the palette, I might as well just talk to you guys. Um, the fall is really hard for me because I think I go through like seasonal depression, and I'm trying my best to stay sober, like no weed. I don't really drink, but I'm trying my best to just ride it out. And I think the best way for me to do that is to just to go to the gym. And I've been taking I was taking ashwagandha for about a month now, and then I'm also taking St. John's Wort. I'm gonna just stick to the St. John's Wort because the ashwagandha is making me. I felt like it was making me really numb. Yeah, this is the one I was looking for. It's making me really numb, so I heard that it's best to just take a break from it for a couple weeks and then get back to it so that my cortisol levels can go back to normal. Because that will make you feel like you don't really have much emotions, at least for me. I know it's different for everyone. And yeah, it's so hard to see the colors in the dark, but it's just, I'm gonna do my best. For the palette though, it's not just gonna be obviously red, yellow, and blue. I always, typically when I do plein air, I stick to a kool blue, a kool red, and a kool yellow, and then a warm alternative. Yeah, so that's what I'm gonna do. Also, I didn't really have a lot of caffeine today. I was gonna get caffeine, but I didn't really feel like stopping by to get a coffee before here because I have a lot of things I'm carrying. So okay, so this is what we're working with. We have titanium white, phthalo blue, ultramarine blue. I couldn't find the cadmium orange, so we're using Viridian. Cadmium red. This is alizarin crimson, and then we have some browns here, and then we have some yellows. And yeah, I'm gonna start using a palette knife. Normally I do not do this. I do not use a palette knife, but we're just gonna see if we can just layer. We can. Ooh, see, this is really hard doing this on your own. Okay. So this is what we're painting. I guess I kind of am aiming to get like a liminal space kind of ambiance. So I think the best thing for me to do is to start by layering a thin coat of the white so that everything can look a little more ethereal. And yeah. I like the Upper West Side because you find a lot of cool things up on the sidewalk, including this canvas. And there's a lot of Columbia students that live here, so they would leave their books as well. And some of the books that I found are really interesting. So yeah. I didn't I didn't get to reading any of Sylvia Plath, but I started reading the Electric Kool-Aid Acid Test by Tom Wolfe, and I was inspired to read that because I think I believe that's one of the books that Jordan Belfort read while he was in jail. I don't know if he read that book or if he read some of his writing, but I'd like to be able to digest his writing style. So I would say I'm like 30% in, and a lot of it is like, it kind of reminds me of like the scene from The Wolf of Wall Street where there's a lot going on, and it's hard to like put into words. Like, how are you gonna put into words somebody getting off a bus and tripping their balls, tripping out to the point where they don't even realize that they're naked? Like, how can you put that into words? I mean, you could easily just make it sound very boring, but he just makes it so that, like, even though like it was hard for me to understand what he was saying, I persevered, and I was like, no, this is, surely I'm gonna get it, and I did after a couple times of reading it, but the same like paragraph. I was like, oh, it's giving like Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas. So yeah, I'm definitely gonna need more white for this. So let me just grab it. Also, I don't think I've ever painted at night a plein air. This is going to be a first for me. And it's not that late. It's actually, it's 10:30 on a Saturday. So it's not that late. I guess I'm sort of aiming for like an Edward Hopper vibe. I tend to gravitate towards like night scenes in artwork because it reminds me of like solitude. And solitude is really important. I'm almost done covering this canvas. I'm just trying to see if I can leave some of the edges not painted. Okay. I think I'm just gonna leave it like this. Alright. Let's see if I can zoom out. I'm not a big fan of the area, but I'm hoping that I could put my twist on it. I'm going to be using sort of like a muted beige, like a muted orange actually. To do that, I'm going to mix some yellow and red to get an orange, and then mix in some blue and I think a little bit of Naples yellow. So what we're doing, this is the yellow, Gonna get some red. And I've learned from a professor at the Art Students League to leave the two colors that you use in the palette so that you could know what made the mixture. Okay, so that's orange. And then what else? I'm gonna use yellow ochre. And some ultramarine blue. During this step, I am putting in the darkest tones, and later I will be putting in the lightest tones to serve as an anchor for the values that we're going to incorporate. This makes it easy not to get lost and